Hi, boys and girls. I'm so glad you came back to join me for part 2 of our insect project. So, as we did just in part 1, we made our ladybug with those fancy wings of your handprints. And then we did get our caterpillar done. I feel like I should be reading The Hungry Caterpillar because that's a really great story, and I think he looks just like him. Well, I promised you I would come back and show you how to make this little dragonfly or this butterfly. So let me show you some of the things you might need. You can check Mom and see if she happens to have clothespins. They're what they use to hang up clothes to dry with. We've had pink ones in the classroom before. This is a plain wooden one. I also have some colored ones. So I'm going to use the green one for our butterfly today, or dragonfly. I also have these for the antennas. I have gold just like that one, but I also have silver. And then I'm going to need markers. So you might want to pick some of your fancy colored markers. I don't need this pencil, and I don't really want to use black. So I'll put those markers right there. That'll be something we can use. And then I used a blue pom-pom there. I have a yellow one for today. And then I have googly eyes. Now, if you don't have googly eyes, you can maybe hole punch little circles to make, or just use a marker and put a marker right on that pom-pom face, okay? All right, so I'm going to leave these here. Oh, you're also going to need some water, a little dish of water. But for right now, I'll put our little friend over there. You will need some tacky glue, and you will need paper like this. Now, if Mom and Dad have a coffee maker at home where they have a white coffee filter that looks like this, it looks like a little bucket, and they put coffee in it, and then they stick that in the coffee pot, then you can use a coffee filter. I didn't have a coffee filter because my coffee pot's a little bit different, but I used a paper towel, and I used the same plate that I used for the ladybug. I put it on the paper towel, and I traced it around the big paper towel, and then I cut it out. Okay? So those are the things we're going to need. So the first thing is pretty fun and exciting to do. Let me move this one over a little bit. Okay, is you're going to pick your colored markers, and you can use them all, or you could use your favorite color. And you're going to make lines and color in on the paper towel. So if you have a paper towel and you're doing it on the table, make sure it's maybe on a newspaper so that it doesn't go through. I don't know what kind of markers you have, if it'll be too thick. And you should use the boys and girls marker. Don't use a permanent marker because the magic with the water is not going to work. So use your Crayola watercolor markers, okay? So I'll give you an idea. I'm just going to go to the middle, and I'm going to make lines out like that, okay? I'll make another one. Now I'm going to pick a different color. Maybe I'll pick red. And maybe I'll make some marks around the outside, going all the way around the circle. It kind of almost looks like baseball lines, doesn't it, for a baseball? Maybe I'll add some green. And maybe I'll put a little squiggly in the middle of each of that blue section. And you can press hard because your paper towel will suck up that marker. You can make any designs you want. Keep making your designs. Maybe I'll make an orange dot here and an orange dot there, and there, and there, and there. I put little orange polka dots in. Let's see what color I didn't use. Oh, I didn't put yellow in there. Let's put some yellow. Oh, maybe I'll put yellow in between the red. I'll go red, yellow, 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 red, yellow. Do you remember what that's called when you keep repeating? A pattern. Okay, so now it looks like it has lots of color. You want to fill it up with color. You don't want to just color a big blob, though. You want to make some pretty colors, maybe like rainbow. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold it in half and lay it down. Oh, look, it looks like a taco shell. Anybody like tacos? Now watch what I'm going to do again. I'm going to fold it again. And now it looks like a piece of pie. And watch, I'm going to take it and fold it again. What do you think it's going to look like now? An ice cream cone or a water ice cone. Now, this is where you need the water. Now, I have my water in like a little dessert or a pudding dish or an ice cream dish. But what I'm going to do is hold the top. This is where the magic comes in. Are you ready to watch? I'm going to dip this point into the water. Do you happen to see what's happening with the colors? They're spreading out and mixing with each other. So then I'm going to turn it upside down and let all that water run down here. And if it looks like it needs a little bit of help, you can help it in a little bit. But it'll soak through, you know, paper towels, because that's what we use when we soak up things, right? So it'll get through. I'm going to hold the point and just dip it itty bitty at the end and help it out a little. Okay, now, this is where more fun and more surprise happens, because you're going to unfold it carefully. You don't want to rip it. You want to unfold it carefully. And if you need help from Mom, I'm sure she'll let you be glad to help you. Do you see what's happening? Do you see the pretty colors that it made? It's dripping a little bit, so I'm not going to carry it across the table. Isn't it pretty? So I have a piece of cardboard. I'm going to lay it right down at the cardboard. Maybe we'll look at it in a little bit and we'll let the water. I did dribble a little bit. I'm going to wipe it up. I'm going to move my water right now because I don't need it. We're going to put our butterfly dragonfly together because I knew that wouldn't be dry enough. You're going to have to let that dry, maybe even for an hour or two before you start working with it. But I made one last night. Look at the pretty one I made last night to dry, so I can show you how we're going to put it together. And I think I'll use the green clothespin instead of the wood one. What do you think? Yeah, I used the green. So I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to put the markers out of the way. What you need to do is use your little gathering pinchers, and you're going to lay your dry paper down, and you're going to pinch and just walk your fingers to the other end of the table. Walk, 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 walk. And look what you have. It looks like a nice bow tie or a nice bow for your hair, but it's your butterfly wings or your dragonfly wings, whatever you would like it to be. Now, since you have that pinched, you're going to pinch with your other hand and open your clothespin, and you're going to pinch and stick that right into your clothespin. There you are. Now, he needs his head and some eyes, right? So we can get our tacky glue ready. And we can get our, I'm going to use the yellow one, and I'm going to put a tacky glue across the back of that pom-pom. Then I'm going to stick the pom-pom right on the top of the clothespin and push it down. And then I'm going to put 2 more dots of tacky glue, one there and one there. What do you think those dots are for? You've got it. They're going to be for the eyes. So I have them in a little dish. I'm going to put one on one dot. Get my other little one. One on the other dot. I'm just going to push them down a little bit. Because you know, that counting to 10 or just holding them for a little bit. Because you know tacky glue has to dry a little bit, right? So there we go. We have our eyes. We have our wings. And I I was kind of thinking the whole time we were putting this together, should we use gold or should we use silver again? What do you think? Should we try the silver since we have one in gold? All right. So what you're going to do is kind of, oh, look, what letter does that look like, boys and girls? A V. You're going to go to where you pinched it open a little bit, and you're going to see if you can get that right down behind there. And it'll go behind, inside a little bit, right inside that clip. Whoopsie doodles, his head fell off because it's not dry yet. Oh my goodness, Mrs. Passler. I might need a little bit more glue. Sometimes you have to wait till it dries a little bit before you do the next thing, but you can pull your antenna to the back and twist it. Maybe we should have put the antenna on first. But you can twist your antenna, and then you have them to go right on the top of your little butterfly. You might have to let it lay flat a little bit until that glue dries. So what do you think? You can make some dragonflies. You can make some butterflies. Let me see if he'll stand without his head falling off because he's still wet a little bit. I'll let him stand a little. Oh, he must be heavy. We'll bring back our ladybug and we'll bring back our caterpillar. And I hope you'll have fun trying to make some insects at home this week with any color paper you want. If you don't have the red and green, make your caterpillar all different colors. Remember, in the Very Hungry Caterpillar book, he eats a lot of fruits and vegetables of different colors, so maybe you can make the rings all different colors. Ladybugs aren't always red, so if you have a different color paper, make a different color ladybug, and that's fine. They just need the circle, you need that half moon, and then you can make any kind of dots you want once you trace your hands for the wings. And then we have our dragonflies and our butterflies. So have some fun this week, boys and girls, with insects. We'll see you on Zoom. And remember all the parts of the body. Remember how many legs these little guys have. All right? We'll see you later. Have a super day, boys and girls.